Yeah, at the moment I'm stationed at the border with Cambodia, uh,
Okay.
which everyone knows is rather hairy at the moment.
Problematic. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
How do I put this? It's very different reading about war or fighting and
Yes.
actually being there.
Right.
Um, I think if everyone got a chance to be in a war, even just for a day, I think there would be no one wishing for war.
Really?
Sometimes growing up, maybe we didn't have the best, like new flashy clothes or new trainers,
Yes.
but I knew that my dad was taking the money he would have spent on those new flashy materialistic things, and he was
Wow.
saving that money for our future. Um, so yeah, I love my dad. It's lovely to meet you today.
It's lovely to meet you too. Thank you for accepting my request. Yeah. How are you today?
Absolutely. I'm doing very well. It's the weather is rather cloudy today, I think.
Right. Yes. So I'm in Bangkok. So whereabouts are you, William? Yeah.
I'm in Konkan. Have you heard of it?
Oh, no, I haven't. Where is it?
No, no worries. Uh, we're we're south of Leh, in
Okay.
Isan, so close
Oh,
to
okay.
Laos. Yeah.
I know Isan. Right. That's
Mhm,
great.
mhm.
So it's really nice to meet you. Could I just ask you to introduce yourself, please?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes.
Just my age and my interests, I guess.
All right. Yes, please.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So my name is William Hughes, but people call me Will. I am 20 years old, and let's see, I've lived in Thailand for about 5 years now.
Mhm.
Um, although my mother is Thai, and I
Yes.
was born in Thailand, I
Mhm.
moved to England at a young age.
Right.
Um, and let's see, my interests, I love sport, I love
Mhm.
judo,
Okay.
um, and martial arts in general is a big interest of mine.
Oh,
Um,
that's great.
and and I love reading as well.
Oh, okay. Yes. That's
But
good.
yeah, that's pretty much me, I guess.
That's great. Okay, so you know a little bit about me. So I'm Neetu, and I'm also a Cambly tutor. I've been on Cambly for 3 years, and I am originally from India, but I moved to England when I was 4, and then I grew up in London, in North London,
Oh,
and I have lived in Thailand for 14 years now, with my family. So I have my husband and 3 boys. Yeah, so they're 14, 15, and 25. Yeah.
oh, brilliant.
And my 25-year-old lives in London still. Yeah.
Right, right.
That's great. Yeah.
Did um did they move there, or
Yeah.
did they move to London, or were they already living there?
So they were all born in England. And yeah, so I grew up there, and, you know, I was I was born in India, but I moved there, and they were born there. But when my eldest was 10, we moved to Thailand for my husband's job. And we've just been here ever since in
Wonderful, yeah.
Bangkok. Yeah, so it's been great. Yeah.
Awesome. And I guess we come from similar backgrounds, We were born in Asian countries, and then we moved to England at a
Yes,
young age, right?
exactly. Yeah. So
Yeah.
for you, William, if is your dad from the UK? Is that how you uh how did it work out? Yeah.
Yeah, so he's English, and he moved to Thailand in his mid-20s, I think. He met my mum at a place where you um, what is it? You know, old cameras that you have film that you have to process, right?
All right. Yes.
It was
Yeah.
one of those places. So he got some film, some pictures to process, and my mother, she was the one processing the
Oh,
pictures, and that's where they met. Yeah,
oh, that's lovely. So it was fate. They
yeah.
met. Yeah, that's great. And do you have any brothers or sisters?
Sure. I have one older brother,
Yeah.
But he's a half brother, I guess, because his dad is Thai. But I have an older sister and a younger sister who are half Thai, half English, like me.
I see. That's great. So you moved to England and you were there until 5 years ago. So how was life in England growing up? What would you say your
Oh,
childhood
good
was like,
question.
and general life for people
Yeah,
watching? Yeah. Thank you.
yeah, good question. So I grew up in Basildon, Essex,
Okay. Yeah.
which is quite infamous for being rather boring. Um,
Right.
but yeah, I guess different from you in a big city like London. I think Basildon was much quieter, and I think when I first arrived, it was rather jarring because the weather was so cold.
Right.
One and two, I think just the culture was different, of course.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Different food, different language.
Right.
So it took a couple months to get used to, I think.
Yes. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. So do you remember much of those years, like the early years, how
Yeah,
it was? Yeah.
sure, sure. Going to play football for the first time and rugby. Um, I think I really fell in love with rugby as a young kid. Just I'm not sure if you've ever been to a rugby game, but
I haven't, no. Yeah.
you should. You
Yeah.
should if you have the
You
chance.
recommend
But
it. Yeah.
people who play rugby, they tend to be nicer than people who play football.
Oh,
um,
right. Yeah.
yeah, maybe more polite. So
Mhm.
I gravitated towards those people.
I
Um,
see. Yeah.
and yeah, going through primary school was great.
Mhm.
Very lucky in England. I think primary school is so fun. We take it for granted, I think, as children.
Yes.
Going into
It's
high school, of
You're
course,
right.
different
It's quite laid
result.
back. There wasn't much homework, I remember, at that stage for me. I don't know how it
No,
is now, but yeah.
maybe finger painting or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Arts and crafts and yeah.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
How old were you? Sorry, when you moved to London?
So I was almost 4 years old.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see. Mhm.
So I can still remember, I think that would probably be my earliest memory, going to the airport. And because what happened was my parents moved there 1 year before us. Yeah, so I lived with my grandparents in India for 1 year, and they went to England to study. They were doctors. They wanted to qualify, do the UK exams. And it was always kind of, we would stay for a few years, we'd probably go back. But once they got there and they got into the NHS system, and it was kind of, they just worked their way up and they liked the lifestyle, they made friends, built a life there. So then we ended up staying there. And that was in the 80s. And I remember, now it's very multicultural, isn't it? But at that time, it wasn't really. And I think I was the only Asian in my class at the time growing up there. Yeah, which was quite challenging in the sense that I didn't know the language either. When I moved from India, it was totally like, I could speak my mother tongue, which is Malayalam, but not like broken English. Kind of, I knew a few words, yeah.
Wow.
But not too much. And yeah, I think, I read somewhere that if you're like below the age of 12, it's quite easy to pick up the language, and pick up the accent and things like that. So I think just speaking to native people and, being in the education system helped, and and gradually I forgot some of my own language, which I now regret. And I'm now trying to get some of it back. Yeah. So
Better than me. I mean, when I moved to England, I forgot Thai completely.
so you must have been fluent in Thai before you left, is that right?
Yes, Thai and Lao as well.
Oh, I see.
But I couldn't read or write. I was too young at the time.
Right.
But I had to relearn Thai completely coming back.
Yes. Well, is it because of opportunities? Like there wasn't much opportunity to speak it, and would you speak some Thai at home, a little bit at home when you were there?
Yeah, It's my mother decided to stay here. See, my mother and father separated, and my mother stayed here, so I didn't have that connection, that face-to-face Thai speaking, I guess.
Okay. Yeah.
But my sister could speak, and she's different. She stayed in touch with her friends, and she listened to Thai music and watched Thai movies.
Right.
But as a young boy at the time, I thought, well, I'm going to spend my whole life here. I don't need Thai anymore. So my brain just kind of shredded it.
Right. Yeah.
And my mother spoke English anyways to a good level. So
Yes.
I just spoke English with her when I FaceTimed her.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hate my younger self for that.
I see. Are you trying to, now that you're back in Thailand, are you trying to learn it again, learn the Thai language?
Yeah. I can speak to a good level now, maybe conversational. And I can read, like, these are some comic books that I use to practice reading Thai.
I see.
So I can read and understand, but the more advanced vocabulary, I'm not quite there yet.
Right. I see. Yeah. And how do you find, now that you're back in Thailand, so was that a decision that you made, like what inspired that decision to come back to Thailand after growing up in England?
Sure, yeah. I thought it was like, as a young man, I started to, I was still 16 at the time.
Right.
But I wanted to go on an adventure, I guess, and my dad did too. He missed the sun.
I see.
I think our skin was starting to get rather pale. I looked a bit like a vampire, I think.
Right. Yes.
Being half and half, I think my skin can either go like Irish white or like very brown. So it can flip-flop, you know.
Right. Depending on where you are in the world.
Yeah. But we missed tom yum and we missed kapao, some Thai dishes there. So that's why we made the move back.
I see. And when you came back, did you find it okay to, get back into the culture? How did you, because I'm sure like you must have had lots of friends in England and, you had your community there. So then when you came here, did you feel that you had to start again, or did you already know some people in Thailand?
Yeah, of course I had my family, but it was difficult to start. And at first I was worried that I made the wrong decision because at the time I didn't speak Thai, I didn't read it. And I felt like an alien, I guess.
Right, yeah.
Because where I lived, there wasn't many foreigners or people who were mixed race. So it was difficult to try and, weave my way back into the culture.
I see.
Yeah, I think it's all about language, really. Once you know the language, you understand people, people can understand you, of course.
All right. Yes, exactly. And now you're back. So are your brother and sister, are they back in Thailand as well? Or have they stayed in England?
Yes, they're all here. They're all here, yeah.
Right. And so now you're a Cambly tutor, and I think you're the youngest tutor I've met, which is fantastic. Yeah. And how long have you been on Cambly? And just, if you just tell me about your journey in English as well, like teaching English. Yeah.
Of course. I think I started Cambly a little bit after my 18th birthday. I was already helping my dad tutor children and some high school level classes. Just helping my dad around with maybe conversing with the children or trying to control them. Young children can be crazy.
Yeah.
So 18, I thought I would like to try online tutoring. So I signed up for Cambly, and I just loved it. And it was so rewarding to see people get better and seeing the comments that they made about how much I helped them improve their confidence and maybe help them pass a test that they were practicing for. So teaching English can be so rewarding. You know, I'm sure you understand.
I agree. There's so much job satisfaction from teaching English, and I know that there are many people who don't feel satisfied in their jobs. They don't feel fulfilled. But this is one aspect that I really feel that you give and you also get back, don't you? In terms
yes,
of
miss. Yeah, I feel the same.
Yeah. That's fantastic. So, is this part of the plan to stay in Cambly for some time? Would you like to carry on teaching?
Yeah, definitely. I have at the moment I have no plans of leaving Cambly. I think it's just a great place to meet people who are motivated to learn English.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's a great opportunity. Yeah.
It is. And like William, like I'm sure like with you and I, we have students at all different levels, so beginners, intermediate, advanced. So what's one piece of like advice you would give to someone who is learning English just to help them along their way? I mean, there's so much that we could say to them, but what would you say is the most valuable piece of advice that you would give?
Yeah, of course. And for me and you, I think we understand this more because we had to learn another language, right?
Right.
So learning Thai firsthand, I would say input is so important. Yeah. Listening to a native speaker speak, listening to English in general, English music, shows, podcasts, and reading. I think these things are so important because I guess if you think about it on a really basic level, if you want to speak more, you have to have more knowledge about what are you going to speak about, right?
Yes.
So you need that input, definitely. That's what I would say.
Yes, that sounds great. So really throw yourself into the language, immerse yourself in it. So I think listening is a really good skill, isn't it? Sometimes you're subconsciously learning while you're listening, picking up words that you don't, think that you're registering, but later that clicks. It's almost like, oh, I remember I heard that somewhere, and then you connect the dots. So yes, that's really good. Do you think it's important to enjoy the journey as well? I sometimes think, we shouldn't see it as kind of like classroom learning. We should just make it part of our lives. Do you agree?
I agree. Yeah, sort of like a baby who is born and the baby has to learn its parents' language, right? Its mother language. So I think that's how we should see ourselves when we learn a language. We should try and surround ourselves with it and make it less studying and more of a lifestyle, I would say.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. That is great. Yeah. So, William, in terms of your, who would you say was like the biggest influence in your life as you grew up, or did you have more than one? Someone that really kind of had a good work ethic or inspired you to be the person you are? Because I think you're a really great person. Yeah. When I speak to you.
You're too kind, Miss. You're too kind. Thank you very much. I think I would have to say my father. He wasn't. How do I say? He wasn't given the best opportunities. I think, especially when we had to go back to England. But he tried his best. He built a business, a window cleaning business, and sure. Sometimes growing up, maybe we didn't have the best, like new flashy clothes or new trainers, but I knew that my dad was taking the money he would have spent on those new flashy materialistic things, and he was saving that money for our future. So yeah, I love my dad, and seeing that growing up, I think it showed a good male role model, and he really inspired me to be a good man and to work hard for his family.
Oh, that's so good. Yeah. And I think, you know, things that we learn in our childhood, we take them along in our lives. And, you know, sometimes we reflect on those times and like how people were. So with me, my grandmother, she grew up in India in the like 40s, 30s and 40s. And she always wanted to go to the US to study journalism. So that's one thing that she did. She, you know, fulfilled her dream at a time where women didn't have a job. They didn't really, especially in India, you know, that kind of community that she lived in. It was very unusual to work or study. And because she had this burning passion to be a journalist, she had my mum, and then she left my mum with my grandfather, and she went to Oklahoma and she did a journalism course. And sometimes when I think about life and I think, you know, there are challenges in life, I think about her because it was her first so she had so many firsts, on going on a plane, you know, going to a new country, not knowing enough English to kind of, you know, integrate, but all these things and the courage that she had. So I think sometimes people really inspire us, don't they, to be, it could be family or friends or someone in our neighborhood or,
I agree. I think that's wonderful. A very brave woman.
Yes. Yeah.
Like you said, lots of firsts.
Exactly.
I think she was a real pioneer from the sound of it, you know, especially at that time. Even someone in England would how do I put this? Even in England at the time, things were quite traditional, right?
Yes.
So
exactly. Yeah.
For her, I think that's incredible, definitely.
Yes. And I'm sure there was a lot of, you know, like tongue wagging going on and people judging and saying, oh, you're not looking after your child and you're doing something for yourself and that kind of thing. Whereas now, obviously, this kind of, you know, choice would be much more acceptable, but at that time it wasn't. And yeah, I just think that she put her dreams first, which is important in life, really. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
So, William, just to go back a bit more, I had a look at your profile and I saw that you were in the Thai Army, the Royal Thai Army. Yeah. That is fascinating. So could you tell me a bit about that, please? Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. I am on extended leave at the moment for 2 months, which ends in January. So after New Year, I have to be back. I have to get back. But yeah, at the moment, I'm stationed at the border with Cambodia. Which everyone knows is rather hairy at the moment.
Problematic, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, yeah, that first conflict in July 21st, I think it started.
Yeah.
I mean, I was there and I can't remember the dates.
All right. Yes.
But yeah, I was involved in that, and. How do I put this? It's very different reading about war or fighting and actually being there, you know.
Right.
I think if everyone got a chance to be in a war, even just for a day, I think there would be no one wishing for war.
Really?
no one would be starting war, you know.
Yes, I'm sure. Wow. So, what would you say? Like, is it compulsory, William, when you live in Thailand, to do service like that, or is it a choice?
Me personally, I signed up. I think I wanted to face a challenge. I always heard how difficult it was, and I thought, you know, let's try it. I want to see for myself. But the training is not as difficult as it once was. But yeah, other people they do have to. How do I put this? They do have to serve involuntarily. So I think you might know already, Miss, but they have the red ball and black ball lottery.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah. So like there's a ball, you put your hand in, and there's kind of a small ping pong ball, I guess, and you open it, and there's either a red or black piece of paper. Black means you can leave, red means you have to join the army.
Oh, I see. It was like that, right? So how long have you been there already, and what is like the plan for the future in terms of army service?
Of course. I've been there since, let's see, April 2024. So a year and a bit, nearly 2 years now.
Right.
So I finish my service next May.
Okay, right.
But I think that's enough. In Thailand, we say "Paul out."
Okay, right. So you feel like you've had your stint by then.
I've had my stint. Yeah, I've faced some rather difficult times in the army. So yeah, for me, that's enough.
Right, I see. And that's a really kind of courageous choice to make, because it's something that people might think about, but they wouldn't actually put it into action. So it's great that you've actually done it, and you've, what would you say like the biggest learning aspects of what you've done in the army?
Thank you. Yeah, that's a great question. I think, of course, resilience. I would say basic training was one of the hardest things I've ever done.
Okay.
It was 2 months of sleep deprivation, so we weren't sleeping enough. They would wake us up in the middle of the night, and
Must have been really tough, yeah.
Running until like your legs wouldn't work, and push-ups until your arms went wobbly.
Right.
So yeah, it was so difficult, probably the hardest thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
But that taught me resilience, and I think the Royal Marines, they say cheerfulness in the face of adversity.
Okay.
So being in that bunker at the time, and hearing everything go off, and all the gunfire and artillery, I was with my friend, and it was just so important to make each other laugh and just try and stay calm and cheerful. Yeah, it's the most important thing to us.
Yes, I'm sure. Keep your spirits up, because it's not, it must be a really difficult environment to be in every day. And yeah, I think you're right. When we watch the news, we only get a snippet of what is happening there, but you were actually in it. So, and you'll go back. So is that something that you would say, for example, in the future, if you had a child, would you say that this was a really good experience for me, and you would recommend them to try it as well? What do you think?
Yeah, I would say I would try and use my experience to teach my children, maybe about being motivated and staying disciplined. But I would never advise them to join.
Right. Okay. I see.
I think it's on the news, you see it come up every day. Just another young man lost his life. I think it's just not worth it to me. That might be a controversial statement.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's your personal experience. Yeah, which is understandable. Yeah.
Just you have so much life ahead of you. Try and live it. Don't throw it away. Yeah.
That's great. Yeah. So now you're on leave, and I know I saw on your profile you have some really good hobbies. So how are you spending your time now that you're on leave from the army?
Yeah, of course. I try and go to judo about once a week. I would go every day really, but it's rather far away from me.
I see. Okay.
But yeah, I love judo. It's so, how do I put this? It's like meditation almost. You forget about everything else.
Right.
And you're just there with your partner and your wrestling and your fighting, I guess. But yeah, it's great. And
Do you think it's good for de-stressing? Because it's very like physical and very kind of, yeah. Is it a good way to de-stress? Would you say?
definitely, because it's so physically demanding, like you said, I think you're so exhausted. You almost, everything else is almost not important anymore.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. And you're also like, you're a big reader, you're an avid reader as well. So you have a lot of things going on. And in terms of Christmas, do you celebrate Christmas, William? Is that something that you...
Yeah, of course. I am Catholic, so Christmas is important to me.
Okay, I see. So what will you be doing this Christmas? What are you...
Yeah, I'll probably go to church if I can. And maybe I think I'll meet up with my father probably for a Christmas dinner.
That would be great. Yeah, that's good. So I hope you have a lovely Christmas. And I'd like to thank you so much for, taking the time to talk to me. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. It was wonderful speaking to you. I wish I had more time to ask questions about you. I feel rather selfish.
No problem, no.
So
because I think this is an opportunity for people to learn about you. Yeah. So it's been so helpful and a really lovely conversation. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Sawadee khap.